first experience. The weeks after landing the job were nothing short of transformative. I walked into the office on my first day, feeling equal parts nervous and excited. The company was a mid-sized firm specializing in digital marketing, a field I had always been curious about, but never had the opportunity to explore. Those words ignited something in me. For years, I had felt like a passenger in my own life, waiting for opportunities to come my way. But now, I realized that if I wanted to truly excel, I had to be proactive. My first task was to familiarize myself with the company's ongoing projects. I spent hours reading reports, analyzing past campaigns, and learning about our clients. The more I learned, the more I felt a sense of belonging. But adapting to a professional environment wasn't without its challenges. During my first week, I made a few mistakes, misinterpreting instructions, missing deadlines, and fumbling during team meetings. Each misstep felt like a step backward, and I could feel the familiar sting of self-doubt creeping in. What if I'm not cut out for this? I thought one evening as I sat at my desk, staring at my notes. But instead of letting those doubts consume me, I reminded myself of the lessons I had learned during the past few months. I had overcome so much already. This was just another hurdle to cross. The turning point came during a brainstorming session for an upcoming campaign. As my colleagues shared their ideas, I hesitated to speak up, afraid that my suggestions might not be good enough. But then I remembered the words I had written on my whiteboard. Believe in your voice. Summoning my courage, I raised my hand and shared an idea for a social media strategy that targeted younger audiences through interactive content. To my surprise, my team responded enthusiastically. My manager even said, "That's a fresh perspective we hadn't considered." Hearing those words felt like a validation of all the hard work I had put into building my confidence. From that day forward, I made it a point to contribute during meetings. Even if I felt unsure, with each contribution, my confidence grew, and I began to feel like a valued member of the team. As I settled into my new role, I started to think about how I could apply the principles that had guided my personal transformation to my work. One evening, while reviewing my tasks, I decided to create a mini vision board for my career. On a piece of paper, I listed my professional goals for the next 6 months. Learn advanced skills in digital marketing. Take ownership of at least one major project. Strong relationships with my colleagues and clients. Recognition for my contributions to the team. I put the list to the wall next to my desk, just like I had done with my whiteboard at home. Every day, as I sat down to work, I glanced at those goals and reminded myself of what I was working toward. The major project I expected. My manager approached me one afternoon and said, "Ryan, we're launching a new campaign for one of our biggest clients, and I'd like you to take the lead on the social media strategy." My initial reaction was a mix of excitement and panic. This was the kind of opportunity I had been waiting for, but I couldn't ignore the voice in my head whispering, "What if you fail?" To silence that voice, I broke the project down into smaller tasks, just as I had done with my personal goals. I started by researching the client's brand and audience, identifying trends in their industry, and analyzing the performance of their previous campaigns. I then created a detailed plan outlining my strategy, complete with timelines, budgets, and key performance indicators. As the project progressed, I faced several challenges: technical glitches, last-minute changes from the client, and tight deadlines tested my patience and problem-solving skills. But instead of seeing these challenges as obstacles, I approached them as opportunities to learn and grow. With each problem I solved, I felt a growing sense of pride in my ability to adapt and persevere. When the campaign finally launched, the results exceeded everyone's expectations. Engagement rates skyrocketed, the client's social media following grew significantly, and the feedback from the client was overwhelmingly positive. During our next team meeting, my manager praised my efforts in front of the entire team. "Ryan's leadership on this project was instrumental in its success," she said. Hearing those words felt like the culmination of everything I had worked for. Outside of work, I continued to focus on personal growth. I started volunteering at a local community center, mentoring young adults who were struggling to find direction in their lives. Sharing my story with them was both humbling and empowering. As I listened to their struggles and aspirations, I was reminded of the challenges I had faced and the resilience it had taken to overcome them.